if you ask me, name one core reason suicide rates are up, we didn't pay the price in 2009. I'm just a believer in checks and balances, and because we have massive entitlement and over-coddling predicated on not having the proper adversity based on our actions.
You have your tag?
Like literally before every video, before every single video now that I'm gonna put out.
Yeah. That's not what I thought you were gonna go with.
I mean, that may not be it. We're still playing. What were you thinking it was gonna be? More my voice?
Yeah, that was gonna be like yeah, something like that.
I still don't know what to do, really. I do look at, Vaynerchuk, V as in Victor.
I have 15 Facebook, 15 YouTube, just because I really think
dude, by the way, honestly, I know I've been shit, but you know, I need a YouTube 201 class. Hook me up, because I'm dying all about the pre-roll, where it's contextual, but even pre-roll and like I need to get educated.
YouTube bumper ads, the 6 second unskippable. It's TrueView, it's pre-roll, but the whole 6 second plays, the ad 6 seconds.
And it's hills?
Yeah, it's like a $5 CPM. You watch the whole thing. It's great for just like frequency messaging. Just like, yo, a fucking Budweiser can in your face. It's not what we want we have Facebook for the longer form, what have you.
No, I get it.
But YouTube is killing it.
Oh, Caleb, get your shit together, hit up the team. What do they need from me? Let's go. I love you.
I'll update it. I'll send it over.
All right, 3810.
We'll do the same thing.
I got 10 minutes to do something. Okay, what do you need?
We can move on to the next one if you'd like.
I'm not confused. I know this ad is upside down, but everybody's upside down in happiness and making money. Swipe up and get on it right side up.
All right, the next one is the meeting with Dustin pre-roll. That was the one where you told him to DM 5 fuckers on Instagram and tell them that he wants to work for him.
This Dustin?
Yes.
The skateboarder thing?
Yep.
Is this a pre-roll?
This is, yes.
Video. Hey guys, what you're about to watch is impromptu sit down. Caleb, big shout out to you for grabbing the camera and capturing this with Dustin on my team. We were just doing a meet and greet. He's been on my team for a little bit, just wanted to get to know him better, and we got going. And for so many of you youngsters, this is a video that is going to change the outcome of your life. Watch this.
Let's do the same thing for podcasts, just in case.
Podcast, pay attention to this. This is a sit down I had with Dustin on my team.
Okay, from the interview with Drama, you spoke about...
all right, I gotta do this real quick.
Yeah.
Cool. And just getting people to understand that this is not throwaway content. This isn't test and learn, right? Like if, for example, a UFC fighter that grew up in Montreal, when you run creative 23 pieces of content over a 4-week period in Montreal, running media ads against Montreal, like, it's going to work. But as you know, not even us, nobody's producing that level of content to fulfill the needs of the media capabilities that we have in a Facebook and Instagram and Google world. This is what the industry will look like in 7 years, in a lot more than it does today. It may not look exactly this and that, but we will absolutely go down in history in the ad world of like setting the tone, because the way the internet actually works, this is a requirement. Everybody has to reframe the way Amazon reframed the way Walmart had to do business, the way Netflix reframed how ABC and NBC had to do business. Everybody talks about change in this and at the forefront, but like then when it comes, people struggle with it, and I have empathy for that.
Wanna put 100 chains on, I just really wanna blink. Like I got 100 chains on, I just really wanna clean. I'm the one that never lay down, I'ma pull up, let them see. I'ma pull up, let them see.
Not judging yourself. You've been talking about this a lot recently, and for whatever reason, it's been really clicking with me recently, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
I don't judge other people, and it starts with myself, and it's a very powerful thing. Of course I judge people, but I don't judge them. I guess that, of course, let me rephrase. Things run through my mind, opinions, but judgment is final. It's absolute. And I just think everything's in a work in progress, or moments in time, or angles, or context, or you need to know so much more. I just have no interest in being so wrong. I care too much about myself to judge other people. Like, you don't know me, and that means I don't know you. And so, you know, everything is within context. Everybody's so absolute, you know? The world is gray. Let's move.
Now I don't wanna be rude, but I don't give a damn about you one bit. And to think you used to have it all. Funny how the tables turn around. You check it for me on the internet, I know you do it. Can't believe I made it with the music. I know, probably think about me all the time. Probably think you're drowning in the sorrow. Yeah.
They said Common was in town for a free concert. I said, oh, this is Garyvee. Oh, I'm forget Common.
I appreciate it. Where am I going, this way?
Yes, we're gonna go straight back.
I appreciate it.
I'm so stoked.
Thank you, my guy.
I'll see you in December, hopefully.
Looking forward to it.
My bag.
See you, how are you? Do you need me to get mic'd? Do you need anything from me?
We are getting mic'd, we are getting ready.
And if you need makeup, they got you where they're coming.
I'm good.
Good man.
I'll take whatever
I know,
it is,
I
it is.
know.
And so I'm done with this. When I'm done with that, I'm done?
Then we're done.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, man.
Okay, we have to do one picture.
You got it.
Yeah, I got you.
No, you, come on.
Oh, you want me in it?
Yeah.
So you want to-
I know what to do. Oh, you got it.
I got it. I got the long arm.
I mean, literally every single entrepreneur I know has somebody filming them. D-Rock's a fucking noun.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a term. People are like, hi, I'm Craig. I'm a D-Rock. I get it.
I'm on my way, I'm on my way. All work done paid off, said I'm on my
So
way.
you have a 20-minute block? There's no countdown timer.
No problem. How will I know? Because I'll be in the zone.
I'm gonna break your zone.
I love it. Will you be out there to get my attention? It's awesome.
Okay.
We're sitting here editing the vlog, and this next section is going to be really heady, but I think it shows kind of how Gary talks about how he will listen really well if it's a subject that he doesn't know. So you don't hear him talking a lot, but I think this is really interesting. Let me know what you think.
So the chimera of our research was that we took particle physics, the principles of causality and locality, which allowed Dr. Arisaka to discover the Higgs boson, and we translated it to the brain. And now when we looked at artificial intelligence, we wanted to see how can we adapt a process that deviates from the realm of sensory input and motor output, but rather has the conscious aspect of things. Consciousness is a force that allows us to adapt. It allows us to take the sensory input and our predictions from the past and test whether that prediction was successful given the audit we were provided. If it was successful, we reconsolidate it as a memory in the neocortex. If it failed, however, we dismantle it and we build something that is up to date.
Context.
That is contextual consciousness. It is what AI is fundamentally missing. It is
100%.
adaptability, not the hardwiring. And we can only understand that in the process of rhythms, because even electrical cables firing off and on generate a rhythm in tandem. It's such an interesting collaboration. I'm humbled that you guys are even listening, but I truly believe it will change the world because...
Yeah, tell me, that's what I was about to ask you, like, how does it, like in your point of view, what are the chess moves in the evolution of this? Like once we, for me, when we mapped our DNA, like even, you know, like how did operations happen 300 years ago? I think back to context, humans are unbelievably bad at understanding things in 50 or 100 year windows. Like when I hear you go through that, obviously a lot of things go over my head because it's not what I understand. What I know for facts is we know dick shit about the brain, and the brain's the fucking game. It's the game. And so for me, I think about, you know, it's funny, the word privilege is very much in the culture today. I'm actually getting goosebumps. To me, mental privilege trumps everything. You know, to me, what's up, my guy?
That's so dope. I'm listening to you.
Right? It's so real. Like when people are like, what do I mean? My ultimate privilege is not that I'm a white male or that I had good parents. My ultimate privilege is that it's real quiet and calm and delicious in my fucking dome.
Yeah.
And I think that when people look at privilege, they see the exterior is so, whether it's this or that, whatever it may be, but it's so misleading to actually what this game's about. And so when I hear that, they'll way up here for me intellectually in the details. At its most macro, once this thing gets cracked, you can get into a very interesting place. I get that.
I definitely want to have a great conversation.
How are you?
Brilliant, man.
Such a pleasure. Gary Vaynerchuk.
It's a pleasure to
meet
man,
you. Real pleasure. Thank you,
right on point.
Thank you, my man. It's a real pleasure. I believe that the reason that most people that actually had the stake, were, AKA the skill, don't get discovered is because they don't know how to get discovered. The reality is going to LA and being discovered is a very 1987 point of view in a world where producing the content here in a YouTube or Instagram or Facebook world is a far more likely way to be discovered. And so I think it comes down to perseverance and distribution.
In your opinion, what needs to happen for mass adoption to happen with crypto?
Just a matter of time. In 1996, I thought by the year 2000, everybody would buy all their wine on the internet. It's a shocking lack of patience. If you're thoughtful about blockchain and currencies, you'll actually understand that it's not in Russia, America, or China's interest for this to play out. And I think people are naive in thinking that those three entities are going to give this thing up so easily.
Right.
And so my bigger thing is if you really understand blockchain, fuck Bitcoin for a minute, or crypto, even currency, if you actually understand the foundational aspects of a decentralized world, you're going to have to convince me why China, America, and Russia are going to sign off on that.
Right.
So I think that the macro political climate is a tremendous indicator of why crypto and blockchain have a big fight ahead of them.
I'm so impressed by you.
Thank you.
Nothing phases you. It's amazing. You're so present.
I'm in my zone.
You're in your zone. Cool.
You're a rock star, though. I mean, every fan that came up to you, you just have such grace and humility. I love it.
I appreciate that. Gratitude's a powerful thing.
Gratitude is the only thing.
You're preaching.
You lose that, and
Let's let the host go out.
You become real vulnerable real fast. Love you back. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. So I've been spending the last couple of hours meeting a bunch of people here, and it really allowed me to kind of frame up where I wanted to go with my talk. And I think the word that's most populated to my mind.
Right from the beginning, you're always the hustle guy, right? But lately, you've been into the virtues. And as I've heard you say before, a lot of these cats are into tactics and that quick stuff. So if you were to rate those two things, tactics, immediate strategy versus the core stuff, how would you do it?
I'm a big believer in both. I could have great mental thesis that doing push-ups is gonna help me, but if I don't do them, look, if I had to choose it, I always think that strategy and mindset is gonna be the trump card, because that is basically dictating a lot of your actions. The problem is so many people stop there. What's happening is they're insecure and they just want to keep feeding the brain. They don't want to do because they're worried about judgment. They both fucking matter, right? You gotta, this is the reason I'm unbelievably socially liberal, but the vulnerability is it's ideological and you sit in a fucking ivory tower and you don't do.
Right.
It's easy to tweet, me too. Are you doing anything about it? So it's really important. They both matter.
So believe and execute.
100%. I think about life like a bridge. You've got to be pulling. A lot of people are like, Garyvee, you're a contradiction. I'm like, exactly. You got to be pulling from opposite directions, right? Clouds and dirt. Like you gotta have bravado and goals and aim. But what the reason so many people like me is because I'm never gonna lose touch to that place.
The man. Thanks, boss.
How do you break on the internet?
on this age?
I'll explain. A couple things. I think the biggest thing you have to do is you have to deploy patience. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right, that's what I learned from you.
I fucking put out content for 8.5 years before anybody gave a fuck.
You have to dream.
You have to dream, but you have to execute. And it's just going to take you time. Because either at 15 you're going to make it up and try to front, which is your vulnerability, or you'll just put in the work, and that's it. Like, it's just a process, man. Life is long. Like, you know, like, just put out the work. Don't bullshit. Bullshit is the absolute vulnerability.
I kind of like love everything about your voice and what you say.
Thank you, my guy.
Just
Thank
so
you
straightforward,
so much.
man. So like it kept me in my seat. Like I was just telling him, like, bro, like you're so down to fucking earth. Like,
Thank you, my guy.
That really is amazing.
Thank you, my dude.
That's really amazing.
Thank you for saying that.
I
I
love
really
what you
appreciate
have to
it.
say. Like never keep mincing your words and stuff. Like it's an inspiration to me.
Thank you so much,
just to
man.
be upfront. And
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the love. That's very sweet.
Appreciate you.
It's a nice meeting you, man. Patience, bro. Patience. I would literally give up everything I would literally give up everything I have to be 15 years old. I would literally give up everything I have. Understand what the fuck that means. Think about that.
Don't be acting holier, you know you wanna get the guacamole. Ballin' so important. Got these demons on my shoulders, yo. They won't see me go and get the rollie. Ballin' so
Hello. Thank you. My entire belief that so much of our shortcomings in society is that we didn't pay the piper in 2009. If you ask me, name one core reason suicide rates are up, we didn't pay the price in 2009. I'm just a believer in checks and balances, and because we have massive entitlement and over-coddling predicated on not having the proper adversity based on our actions. Parents today want to blame social media and other things of that nature. What parents aren't understanding is we are going through the greatest era of mass over-coddling of children. And right now, if you're a modern parent, and this is obviously generalizations, but the current modern parenting is so over-predicated on taking adversity out of the child in the first 10 years, we're creating zoo animals. If you eliminate all adversity in the first 5, 7, 9 years from your children, when they start facing adversity at 12, 13, 15, because you can't over-coddle everything, they're just not, they're completely and utterly not prepared for it. And so you want to give your kid an 8th place trophy because you want him or her to feel good about themselves, that's fine. The problem is that maps 0 to real life. When you thought you were a winner your whole life because you always got a trophy even though you fucking sucked, you're not doing any good. And I think that if parents actually were worried about getting jobs in 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 and putting food on the table, they wouldn't have worried about little Ricky in kindergarten getting picked on and went to the principal's office 13 days in a row. And I really genuinely believe in and I know that is a pretty macro, like I'm not unaware that that's a pretty lofty thesis. I just know my truth, I believe it, I don't know what else to say.
Hey Gary, you have 11 p.m.
Flight,
jet,
yep.
And it's 10:57.
So I should leave.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
And if you guys need anybody to like talk to somebody next year and like co-sign and say it was a good event, I will be happy to get on the phone.
Thank you so much, brother.
I mean that.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, for a picture.
Yeah, of course.
And by the way, it's statute of limitations over, but I think I bought liquor from your store when I was underage.
I love that.
I grew up in Jersey, Clayton Union.
I love that. It's amazing.